FNAF is a very hazardous series. There are plenty of issues that we've seen since the beginning, even like in the first game. Like if we're in danger, why are we staying for all the 5 nights? Like, do we need a job that badly? But the real question is, how is Fazbear Entertainment even allowed to have employees in environments like this? So, inspired by Matpat and his Willy Wonka OSHA Violations video, Fazbear Entertainment OSHA Violations are what we're exploring today. So in the words of the great Matthew Patrick, come with me and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations. In a 10 Monty. Okay, like I'm sorry for any of you Monty stans if those even exist, because let's be honest, hashtag Team Bonnie all the way. But the whole character of Monty in and of himself seems to be a bit of an OSHA violation. I mean, this is a bit of a stretch, but like, I mean, this guy, he breaks stuff for fun. Like they had to put no Monty allowed signs on the gates around the Pizzaplex because he just likes smashing stuff. You know, he's got that typical rock star personality type. I don't understand how this is allowed. I mean, the man destroyed his own green room and hates the lead singer and leader of his group so much, in fact, that his golfing minigame has Freddy's destruction coded into the final level. Like, everyone knows how messed up Monty is, but nobody seems to care. To me, he seems like a walking hazard, okay? But maybe I'm wrong. In a 9 trash compactor. One of the critiques that Matpat had of Willy Wonka's factory was the lack of guardrails. And you know what? While the Pizzaplex does have some, there are some vital areas that could also use them. Like, you know, just the open trash compactor in the kitchen. Who thought this was a good idea? That's actually ridiculous. The Death Star has a better trash compactor safety protocol. Like, I get children are going missing again, but how is this not getting the place shut down? It's a giant trash compactor that anyone could just walk inside, including us, a small child. It's so powerful that it can destroy animatronics. So why is it just open for anyone to walk into and just like chill? Plus, the button to activate it is just hanging there, easily allowing for it to be bumped. I mean, like, I know that's the point because it's Fazbear Entertainment, but like, come on. In an 8 splashy bucket. No, this is not a Dude Perfect reference. The giant bucket that we used to crush Monty also, to me, seems like a bit of an issue for health and safety. For both employees and for customers. Because if we, as a like 6-year-old with a 4-year-old's body, can use it to destroy an animatronic, how is it safe for literally anyone else? Like, what's the point of this bucket anyway? Like, is it supposed to contain water? Because when it falls on Monty, it breaks the catwalk that we are on. Like, water, especially in that quantity, is going to be a lot heavier than some ball pit balls. So like, who the living hell thought that this would be a good idea? Like, there's not even like a roof to break it up. That's what all the splashy buckets in like places like Great Wolf Lodge and stuff do. They have a roof underneath it that disperses the water so it's not as impactful. How have they not gotten fined yet? Or like fixed it if they have been fined? Like, yeah, there are guardrails on the catwalk, but that doesn't matter if a giant bucket comes along and smashes it. And it's 7 phaser blaster. The whole phaser blast thing is one thing. The whole issue of shooting people in the eyes with like your laser thing, it's not really an occupational hazard, okay? Because it's about the kids, what they're doing. But when you're giving away phaser blasters to kids after they win, and then they carry those around the Pizzaplex, that might be an issue. Especially when all you need to do is shoot Vanessa and she ends up getting blinded for a couple seconds. Like, legit, you can shoot her in the knee and she would still have the animation of going blind. Now, there isn't really a time where you can shoot Vanessa in normal gameplay, but during the daytime, this would be a similar thing. And it's not like they only hand out phaser blasters after closing. That wouldn't make sense. And shooting her in the knee is still blinding her, basically making that phaser blaster just a taser. So you're handing out tasers that kids can shoot at literally anyone in the Pizzaplex. That's definitely an issue. Just saying. Like, maybe it's not specifically outlined in the OSHA documents, like you can't hand out laser pointer superpowered tasers to everyone, but like, I'm certain that there's something that would technically cover this issue. And it's 6 robot workers. Honestly, given the fact that these are the only workers that we see in Security Breach aside from Vanessa, that could actually be a problem in and of itself. Especially if these things are capable of tearing a person apart like we see in the phaser blast ending. Like, why are these capable of disassembling a human? That seems kind of whack to me, especially when the name that Gregory uses is an alias that's not programmed into the animatronics. But that, ironically, could be enough for an OSHA violation, since there is a human worker in the form of Vanessa. If Vanessa wasn't there and every employee was a robot, they wouldn't have to worry about OSHA because OSHA doesn't care about robots, they only care about people. Hashtag robot rights. Not only would the robots be concerning, I mean, at least I'd hope the robots that are able to kill someone with a single command from literally anyone, even like a 4 4-year-old child would be a red flag, but the fact that Vanessa is isolated and the only human there may actually be another issue, since humans are social creatures by nature and require other humans in order to survive. Halfway through into number 5, superpowered. Getting more into the other game violations now, the fact that these animatronics are incredibly powerful is absolutely an issue. Like the fact that Fazbear was able to crush a child's skull, it's something that we've covered how crazy it is in a couple other videos, but like, imagine if that was an employee. Like, ignoring the fact that it's a spring lock suit. The sheer power that that jaw has is a hazard for anyone who comes into contact with it. Like, goddamn. And before you say anything about like, no, the bite of 83 was a spring lock failure, okay, I don't know how many times I need to go over that. It's not. There are no spring locks in the mouth, and the spring locks aren't active because he was already in animatronic mode, so it cannot be a spring lock failure. So these animatronics are just insanely powerful. Coming in at number 4, arson. Now, the whole point of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, aka OSHA, is to ensure the employees are safe and have a good work environment. A pizza place that was specifically designed in order to burn down does not fall under a safe work environment. Like, what's the deal there? In a previous video, I think it was yesterday actually, we literally talked about how Henry didn't give Michael a choice to live or die in that game. He said that there was a way out planned for him, but then he doesn't let us know where it is. And if there was a way out available for us, I'm sure that the animatronics would have been able to use it to escape as well. Meaning that there probably wasn't actually a way out because, like, it would mean that Henry's plan might fail. So, yeah, no fire or emergency exit. This is a big no-no to OSHA, especially when the place is designed to burn down, as we see from the vents of the security breach true ending. Getting close to the end into number 3, roaming animatronics. Okay, straight up, the whole roaming animatronics thing is such BS that I can't even fathom why they thought it was required. That's not how servos work, but whatever, Fazbear. Especially if the animatronics are hostile and you know that they are hostile. Phone guy warns us that they might try and shove us into a suit if they see us because we look like a naked endoskeleton, which is already BS because they ignore the endo in the storage room. But like, why would you make this a part of their coding? Why would you let them roam if they're going to try and kill me? Do they look at every human as a naked endoskeleton, or is it just after hours? Like, this is one of the most hazardous things in this work environment, and it's only the first goddamn game. Like, for f***'s sakes, people, can't we just try and be a normal company, even a little bit? But ultimately, in number 2, spring lock suits. This is also why I said ignoring the fact that Fazbear was a spring lock suit, because the spring lock suits themselves are an occupational hazard, and they did not need to be created. Like, these things are hella deadly, and both William and Henry allow for the employees to wear them. Like, goddamn, just make a separate suit for the animatronic character for the employees, so the people who run your business and make you money don't end up dying from robotic parts replacing their internal organs in the hot ass suits that fail with moisture. Like, seriously, I'm sure it would be a hell of a lot cheaper to make a suit as well instead of a complicated series of machines that move robotic parts to the side. Like, what's your deal here, man? Why did either of you think that this was a good idea? Particularly Henry. And finally, in at number 1, stuffed. You want to talk about safety and health? What about having actual corpses stuffed into animatronic suits that are in front of how many kids every single day? Especially when one of them is known for loving pizza, and in the VR game is shown in her FNAF 1 form to actually be shoving pizza into the various joints of her body. Dead bodies in the kitchen trying to steal pizza? Do I need to explain? Bodies can carry tuberculosis, gastrointestinal infections, along with various bloodborne viruses, and these corpses are obviously leaking since the animatronics move around all day, and not to mention the FNAF 1 news posters that mention the animatronics leaking blood and, quote, smelling like death. So yeah, that's a shutdown, absolutely, and such a huge fine that William and Henry would have had to shut down the company and probably have done jail time. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Charlemagne Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.